We now begin our recorded interview. My name is Tanji Jimenez, and this is a project for the Living Archives. Today is March 30th, and this week there were 68% cases of COVID-19 in Charlotte-Mecklenburg County, which shows a 39% decrease over the last 2 weeks. So if it's okay with you, we're not gonna wear masks.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, can you please introduce yourself and describe yourself physically?
Okay, my name is Briana Nieves. I am 21 years old, and I am Latina. I have brown hair. I'm wearing a Queens hoodie. That's about it.
Okay. What is home for you right now? What do you consider home right now for you?
Home for me right now is right outside of Charlotte. I live a little bit farther, maybe like an hour away in Hickory, North Carolina. Yeah.
Well, where were you born?
I was born in Hickory, North Carolina.
How long have you been in the Charlotte area?
Well, I live an hour away, but I would come here regularly just for events like sports, concerts, and stuff like that.
Okay. How would you describe your experience during the last 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic?
The last 2 years, I would say, were a little rough. I was in college, but my experience was not what I expected. It was very different than what I thought I would have when I was in high school. Most of my classes were online, and I was wearing masks. There were so many regulations in Charlotte where you couldn't go, like you had to be like 6 feet apart from everyone. So like having classes was really, really weird.
Okay, so what do you do during the lockdown period?
During the lockdown period, I had just graduated high school, and I was staying home because classes were online from Queens, my fall of my freshman year. So I was just staying at home with my sister. My parents work a lot. My mom was a nurse, so she was gone most of the time. But I basically just spent most of the time inside, which was a little weird because I was used to going out and, you know.
So you will say that your friendships and family relationship changed during the pandemic?
Yes, I would definitely say my friendships changed since I wasn't able to see my friends a lot. It was like having to learn how to talk to them without seeing them face to face.
Okay. Was there a time where you stepped in to help someone affected by COVID-19?
Actually, yes. My mom had COVID-19, I want to say like maybe a couple months after it had reached North Carolina. So she got it from her job. She was exposed to COVID, and she was positive, I want to say like January 1st. And then we all got tested, everyone else in my family, because we had spent the holidays together. So we all got tested. We were all negative. She was the only one showing symptoms. But it was really weird because she had to stay locked up in her room in the house, and we had to take everything to her, and like we had to disinfect everything, clean everything. So we had to be very careful with how we were around her.
Yes. So did you get a chance to go out in the public in the height of the pandemic? What did you feel like wearing masks and gloves?
I didn't really go out during the pandemic. It was more of a personal preference. I didn't want to have to wear a mask, so I didn't want to go out. And if I did go out, it was usually like to a park where I was isolated or I was by myself and I could walk my dog or something or walk around my neighborhood. But it was never like to go to the store or anywhere unless I had to absolutely go.
Okay. So you would say that has the pandemic changed your normal routines?
Yes, I think the pandemic did change my normal routines in the aspect of I always have hand sanitizer at hand. I always I still have masks and stuff. And then I feel like since I was, I never really went out during the pandemic, but when I did, I would always have clean wipes to clean everything down, so I still do that. So it's part of my routine now.
What did you miss most during the pandemic?
I think I missed going out hiking and possibly, I want to say maybe like, I miss going to concerts and sports events. That was what I missed the most.
Okay. What effect has the pandemic had on your learning experience? Do you feel behind or ahead now that you have returned to school?
I definitely feel behind. I feel that my spring in high school was a little weird because it had to turn to remote, so everything was online. So even graduation was weird. I feel like I didn't have a real graduation experience. And then coming into college, it was remote as well, my freshman fall semester. And I feel like I didn't really have the freshman experience, but I also fell behind in my classes a little bit. So I think it really affected me in that aspect.
Yeah. Okay. Were there any challenges you faced during the pandemic?
I think the only challenge I really faced was probably like learning how to keep in touch with people, because I was used to seeing my friends at school every day, and it was a new experience having to learn to like, oh, you have to check in on your friends, you have to ask them how they're doing, like you can call them, you have a phone, everybody has a phone nowadays. So it was just learning how to do that on my own.
Okay. What would be the good things that you had learned through your experience during the pandemic?
I guess it would be to be independent. I had to learn to be alone. And then I also learned, like I said, to check in on people. And I definitely learned a lot about Zoom and how to use that and how to have meetings, like even when you're not in person.
Yeah, and I know, me too. How has your life changed since March 2020?
March 2020, I want to say that before I came to school, I was pretty motivated, and then with COVID happening, I kind of lost a little bit of motivation until recently. Whenever I came back from taking a break from school, I felt even more motivated than before. So I guess in a way, it kind of pushed me to try harder.
Okay. Okay, now if you will mind, can we share your hand mat?
Mm-hmm.
Your hand mat from earlier? Okay. What stood out most from there?
I guess what stood out most was that I repeated a lot about my family. I guess that even during the pandemic, I had to learn that, because since I am family oriented, I had to learn that, like, even though my family is not right next to me, they're still there with me, like always supporting me. And I guess that I'm always trying to become a better person. I feel like COVID really pushed me to try to...
Yeah, so you will say you gained something from the pandemic?
Yeah, I feel like I did.
Okay. Who was there for you? Who was surrounding you, support you?
I had my friends and my family there to support me. I feel like I could always talk to them whenever I needed anything or whenever I felt down.
All right, great. What would how would you say this experience shaped you as a person?
I feel like during COVID I was a little sad because I felt a little lonely, but it also taught me to like that it's okay to be alone sometimes. I think that it's made me more independent and more appreciative of the world around me, really. Like, that I have my friends now, that I'm able to see them every single day, that I'm able to, like, go anywhere I want now without having all these restrictions and regulations. I feel like it's made me, like I said, more appreciative.
Yeah, not take anything for granted.
Right.
Okay. So what do you think for the future? How would it look like after the pandemic?
I think that many people can say that they're more appreciative, like, of what's around them now, since they don't have to. Well, the people that have been through the pandemic, they can definitely say that they're more appreciative about having to learn how to work from home and to really appreciate what's around them, like their friends and their family, and not having to go through all that again, hopefully.
Okay. Do you have any additional stories or experiences you'd like to share about your experience with COVID-19?
No, I think that's it.